Hello. I'm early. I'm early, 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 early. Early. Estoy early. I am early. Well, I'll just wait. Mhm, 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 mhm. I think I'm catching a cold. With Mary Jane. Oh, hello. I think I'm catching a cold. I think I'm catching a cold. I hope not. It's just hello. How are you, Mary Jane? How's Peter? Hi, Linda, Lauren, Garcia, etc., etc., etc. How are you, Linda, and the little kids? And the big kids now, huh? Yo ho. Hi, guys. Hi. Is there Melanie there by any chance? Uh-oh. And where's the other guy? Where's Richard? Richard is there too? They're probably getting really big. Oh, boy. So I think I have a cold or something. I don't know what it is, but it's happening. It's not that virus thing, I don't think. Oh. Hmm. Mhm. Okay, let me see. I have to see my little over here. Okay. Today I was oily early, so that's good. Um, so today we have a lot of stuff to talk about, and he's watching here too. Hi, Peter. Peter. How are you doing? Good. Are you working? Yes. Not right now. Jay Brown. I wonder who that is. Jay Brown. Do I know Jay Brown? Do I know you, Jay Brown? I don't know Jay Brown. Well, I probably do, but under that name, I don't know. Oh, feel better. Chicken soup for cold. It helps. Yeah, that's what they all say. Mm. Well, that's why chickens are never sick. Or maybe that's why they lay eggs. Gilbert O'Gean. Oh my God. How are you? Mm-hmm. Who's kissing me there? Somebody's kissing me in that little picture. Oh, Father, Laura, Father. Oh, do you know what feast it is today? Does anybody know whose feast it is today? I know you know, because this saint helps you to find things. And if you think it's a joke, no, it's not. He's pretty cool too. See these hearing aids right here that I have? Ouch. Well, I couldn't find them, and one of them wasn't picking up a lot of them. It was just losing an essential. Oh, that's good. He's essential. That's the. Doesn't that feel great when you're essential? I'm not essential. Yeah, yeah. I'm essential to doing confessions and creating an atmosphere of joy and happiness. Oh, so anyway, yes. So today is the feast of the patron of lost things. Okay, Saint Anthony. How did you know? But I bet you don't know where he's from. Saint Anthony of it's Saint Anthony, the Franciscan guy, the guy who has the baby. He's holding the baby Jesus. I have him in my room. I should have brought him. I paint saints, and I what do you call it? I fix them if they're broken. You have little saints that are broken. I fix them. I fix them with any type. That last time I did a paper. What do you call it? It's some type of a material, terracotta. I had to do a terracotta baby Jesus, so I had to fix him, and I did a good job. So I think um, it's Saint Anthony of no, not Prada. He's not a what do you call it? Prada. No, he's not one of those model guys. Yeah, Padua, Padua, Padua. It's a horrible name, but you know what? He's not from there. You know who really hates the Italians? The Portuguese in that way, because they took their center. Saint away. He was no, not in Spain. He was born in Lisbon, Portugal. In fact, I was there at his church, and I bought some bread. They sell little buns, the St. Anthony's bread. It's really cool. So I brought them, and I brought it home to people that are nice. Okay, not that I didn't bring anything to you because this is years ago. Well, not that long ago. It was Our Lady. We went to see Our Lady of Fatima. 100 years after the sun had come down on that day, 100 years later, I was there, and I didn't have to pay for anything. Some lady paid for me. I can't believe it. Thank you. She gave it to me as a gift. Why? I don't know. I don't have my what? My glasses. Oh, you can't find them. I'll pray to St. Anthony. So anyway, he was from Lisbon, but then he was such a great preacher. They sent him all over the place. And when he ended in Padua, he died. So they buried him there. That's not nice. They stole him from the Portuguese. She's St. Anthony of Lisbon, but he died in Padua. The Italians steal everything, I tell you. No, just joking. I am geographically challenged. Me too. I don't know where anything is, except like Spain and France and England and Luxembourg, and I know, and Sweden and Norway, and yeah, I know where things are kind of. Okay, so I'm going to begin today with a not serious thing, so we can pray after this, and we won't get all bent out of shape. So, before I do, remember how other churches keep on accusing of, where does it say in the Bible that you have to confess your sins, you bad people, you Catholics? Well, first of all, we're not Bible people only. We're Bible and tradition, things that are handed down. Because how did the early church live without the Gospels? They didn't have them until 40 years after Jesus died, at least 30 or 40 years after Jesus died. They weren't written until then. Well, how did the Christians live then? They lived from what they heard, Then they wrote it down later on. But we're a church of tradition. Okay, don't start singing that song from Fiddler on the Roof. Tradition. No, we're tradition. Everybody has all nations have traditions, and traditions is traer y dar. Tradition, hand down. You hand down information from your past, things that are important to you. And then if you write them down, you write them down. But what if you don't write them down? Like St. John said, if I had to write everything that Jesus did, I would need the world as a library to keep everything. He was exaggerating because remember I told you Jews love hyperbole. They love exaggeration, so they exaggerate things. Jesus was the same way. Cut your hand off if you sin with your hand. Cut your foot off. Pluck your eye out if you see bad things. Well, you know what's silly about that? If you take it for really, really what he said was really, really true, the way he said it exactly, perfectly, what happens once they cut your hand off? If you steal, what if you steal again? Then they cut your hand. What if you steal again? What are you going to cut? Nothing. That's what I mean. It's silly. So people go, that's not what he meant. He was speaking in a Jewish hyperbolic way. Hyperbole, exaggeration to make a point, which means keep away from those things that are bad from you. Cut them away. That, yeah, but not yourself. Bad news. Oh, hi. Hope you're all been busy too. Mark Keating. I don't know who that is. Mark Keating. Wow. Oh, I know Mark. Hi, Mark. How are you? Oh, haha. I see you. Let me see if I can. Yes, I am right now. Yes. Yes. Excuse me, I have to give this young man something. Okay, there we go. I think I've done it now. Oh, are you still there? Oh, good. Hi, Emily. How are you? Praying for your sisters. Okay, so like I was saying, um, yeah, poor Saint. Oh well, okay. Now we'll tell the story of Saint Anthony of Padua. Why is he carrying the baby Jesus? Do you know the story? He always has a little baby with him, and then he has a book, and the baby's standing on the book. The book because he was a genius and nobody knew it. He studied really, really hard, and he went through all kinds of studies, but never showed himself as a great preacher because nobody ever asked him to preach. Like, okay, you learn. Okay, just stand aside because they were dressed in rags. Remember, there's a time when St. Francis was there leading them, just a little bit after also. And he was really a nice guy. And he lived in Portugal, Lisbon. And and he went with St. Francis of Assisi, which was it was founded in Assisi in Italy. So he had to go over there. But then he would come back and forth, and they began houses here and there for the Franciscans. At that time, kind of a new order. And so one day they had all these really bright people from. See, there were preachers. There was the order of preachers from Saint Dominic, the ones that wear the black up here, and then the white, all white, and with the black cape. They're old order, and also other orders. Well, they had a big meeting, like a retreat. All of them were there, and they always used to like to pick the bright people, like the other orders, and the Franciscans. Well, they were just beginning and all that. And they were poverty ridden and they were dressed really poorly. So what happened was that the preacher was supposed to show up and he didn't. So then somebody said, "Well, do you have anybody that can preach?" And he goes, "Anthony, go up there and preach." And he goes, "Me?" And he goes, "Yeah." So he went up there and he preached. He left people with their mouths open, like, like, whoa. I mean, that's amazing. He was super amazing. Hi, Chris. Okay, hi, Ron. He was stupefying. People were like just taken up by the beautiful. We still have some of his sermons, huh? And they're beautiful. I read one this morning in my breviary. We have to read the breviary every morning. Read. We say office just like the monks in the morning, early morning, early morning, and then the morning prayer, and then we have some midday prayer, afternoon prayer, and way afternoon prayer, and then we have uh, night prayer, and then we have evening prayer. That's good night. So we pray all day like that. We're just not nitty gritty people. We have to, otherwise we can't live. Oh, that's good, Frank. Yeah, I like Paul. Paul, I used to go visit him in the old days.